Hi everyone, I wanted to talk about the sign that I ran into at a business when I was on vacation. Now, thankfully, I did not have my service dog with me, but this sign still needed to be talked about. There is honestly so much wrong and so much illegal stuff on this sign, I don't even know where to start. This sign was found on the outside of a little restaurant when we were in South Carolina. So according to the ADA, which is the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, which is the federal law that protects disabled people with service animals, businesses are not allowed to request and require any documentation or certification. These certifications come from scam websites that make lives for service dog handlers harder. These certification and registration papers hold absolutely no legal standing in determining whether or not a dog is a trained service animal. According to the ADA, businesses may only ask, is that a service dog required for a disability, and what work or task has the dog been trained to perform. The sign also said service dogs are required to wear vests, and that is not true. Businesses are legally not allowed to require service dogs to be vested. If a service dog handler chooses not to have a vest on their dog, that doesn't make their dog any less a service dog. Because we all know the vests and the gear does not make the service dog, the training does. Service dogs go through hours and hours and hours and years of training to be able to perform their tasks and behave in public settings. Our dogs are very capable of working with or without their gear. While vesting the service dogs and having them labeled does make it easier and prevent issues and, having them vested so people don't try and come up and pet them, it is not required. We vest our dogs because it's easier on us and it prevents more hassle. But businesses cannot require that. The sign also mentioned that service animals in training were not allowed. Now, the ADA does not cover service animals in training. It is up to the state on whether or not to allow service dogs in training in public. After doing some research, I found out that service dogs in training do have public access rights in the state of South Carolina. Whether or not that business was uncomfortable with service dogs in training there is not up to them. Legally, the state allows service dogs in training, so the business has to allow them as well. I've reached out to this business and I've tried, to contact them about the sign on their door, but I have not heard back yet. If I hear back from them, I will definitely make sure to update you guys. I just think it's so important that businesses be well versed and educated on service dogs because of issues like this. They're doing that and putting those signs there because they think they're preventing pets and fake service dogs to come in there. But when they put things like certification papers required, blah, 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 they don't realize it's causing more issues because the fakes are the ones with the papers. And I just feel that businesses should legally have to be educated on service dogs before they can open, and they have to teach their employees about it. It would just make our lives so much easier instead of having to worry about whether or not we're going to have an access issue because our dog doesn't have papers that literally don't mean anything. If you guys see a sign like this, feel free to try and educate the business or employees on, what they are not allowed to ask and basically what a true service animal is, because it really, really helps us in the long run. Thank you for watching. Bye!